What's up, YouTube? My name's Nathan Peters, and this is what I would have done differently with my life. I'm 21, and I still live at home. I want to start with my senior year of high school, what I would have done differently. So, it's 2022, the pandemic just ended, and we're going back to normal life. Things are still weirdly. First, I wish I would have tried harder with my wrestling and academics. The reason why I wish I tried harder with school, I wish I actually pushed myself to learn the information that I needed. Instead of learning the information, I slacked, fucked off, and did whatever I wanted during school. I still passed, but now I can't go back and get that knowledge for free that I wish I had. 2, I wish I would have took sports more serious. So now being out of high school for 2 to 3 years, I wish I could go back and play. But I wish I could go back and dominate, honestly. Like, if I had the chance, I think if I had the chance to go back with the knowledge I had, I would go back and give it my all. I really would, and that's not for sponsorships. Not even sponsorships. That's not for scholarships or anything like that. I just wish I found out what I could do and what my limits were. See, I'm in love with bodybuilding, and I love pushing myself to see what I can do in a blast, in a cut, in a bulk, to set a number and try to get there. Right? And when I do it, I give it my all. So if I could have went back in sports, say wrestling, I wonder where I could have been, how I could have ranked, what my life would have been like if I did that. So we'll stop with high school. It's summer in between high school and college. There's one thing in my head, and it's I do not want to go to college. I hated school. The last thing I wanted to do was go to college. My parents had other plans for me. They said, you go to college or you get out of my house. So that's what I did. I went and I chose marketing. My logic was I wanted to be a social media influencer at the time, right? Corny, okay? Don't say shit. Okay, shut the fuck up, because I know you wanted to do that too at one point. But I was in love with the gym and social media. So I was going to post gym social media stuff. Perfect. I'll go to school for marketing and I'll market myself. Like, obvious. Duh. Why wouldn't I do that? So I went to school for that. Turns out I didn't try in high school, so I didn't retain any knowledge from high school. So all of this college stuff was really hard to me, and I really didn't want to do school, and I didn't have the effort, so my grades sucked, so I dropped out. I wish I never went to college, honestly. I'm not huge into partying, drinking, or anything like that, and that's all there was to offer. And if I did go to school, I wish I went somewhere different. I wish I went somewhere that had clubs so I could meet people that had the same interests as me, okay? I wouldn't go to a school for the name. Like, I would definitely go based off, like, oh, it has this club, and this club. There's going to be people there I meet and make friends with, and I'd probably have lifelong friends. So I wish I could have redid that differently, but I also wish I wouldn't have went to school at all. So I ended up failing out of school and didn't know what I wanted to do. So in the meantime, I worked at a gym and a GNC. That was cool because I was really into it. I felt pretty passionate about that, like helping people, but obviously I couldn't work at a gym and GNC for my life. That's not going to pay the bills or support a family. So while working at GNC, we had a UPS driver, and the UPS driver came in and he was like, hey man, you should go work down at the jail. And in my head, I was like, are you fucking crazy? I could never go work at the jail. It just seemed, it seemed bizarre to me. It seemed bizarre. Like I thought like I'd get hurt. Something would happen. Like there's no way I'd even get hired at the jail. I have no experience besides this gym in GNC. So my parents were threatening to kick me out of the house for a little bit, and I would have nowhere to go. So I applied at the jail. Turns out they called me on my 21st birthday. I got the job, so I started training for that. It was an 8-week course, 5 weeks in the classroom, 3 weeks on the job. What do I wish I could have done better there? I gave it my all on my physical and agility test, right? And I was number 1 in my class. But in the classroom, I just didn't give a fuck. Like, I have this disconnect that when it comes to books and learning, that in my brain, I have no desire. I have zero drive to do it. And I'm not very good at pushing myself to do those things. So I wish I would have studied and actually put effort in. It has nothing to do with where I'm at today, that class or anything, but it still would have been good to have that information. I learned it anyways working on the job, and I got more experience like the longer I was there, obviously. But if I would have learned it through the schooling, I just feel like I wouldn't have been wasting my time. So I graduated my correctional officer class, I guess you can call it, and I worked there, or I still work there, honestly, right now to this day. The first year was rough. Okay, the first year you got forced 5 days a week for 16 hours, and I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. I honestly thought I'm going to quit, but I had no backup plan on what I was going to do. So the hours were very rough, and I loved bodybuilding. It was affecting my gym, it was affecting my sleep, it was affecting my diet. It was the worst mental state I've ever been in. I was richest I've ever been, but I didn't care for the money. I couldn't do anything with the money. I was working 24/7. After a year, you don't got to worry about those 16-hour shifts. That's where I'm at in my life now. And right now, what I want to focus on is bodybuilding and saving money. Okay? For the past year, when I started working at the jail, I hired a coach for bodybuilding because I had the money to afford it. I also hired him to train me in person. So that was coming out to about $450 a month, which is a car payment. That's higher than my car payment right now. I have a 2022 Ford Bronco Big Bend, and I pay $300 a month for that versus $450 for my training coach that I still pay to this day. So that brings me to this. And to be honest, you need to be honest with yourself. I wish I would have waited. I wish I would have waited the year paying him that money instead and saving it, because I didn't give the gym my 100% when I was working those 16-hour shifts. I was more lazy. My food was awful because I just ate whatever I could. I didn't want to meal prep. And it wasted my money, but I gained the knowledge. It's something I cared about. So I took notes on my phone. I wrote shit down. I learned more. about the gym, more about my body, then I use that information now. So I'm in year 2 of working there. So I pretty much do whatever I want with my schedule. And it's awesome to be able to have that freedom. So right now, what I want to do in my future is I want to use that information. I want to be honest with myself and my diet to be able to 100% commit to a cycle, to a training regimen, to a diet regimen. And I want to push myself to be the best version of myself I can be. Today is, I think it's September 3rd. Okay, I'm going to go back in this video on December the 3rd and see where I came, okay? I'm going to give you a physique update right now, and I'm going to talk about my life, and I'm going to see how I changed in 3 months. I want to be the best version of myself, or I want to better myself over the next 3 months. I'm currently sitting here eating a Dairy Queen chicken strip basket. That is not on my diet. I want to eat my meals. I want to give this my all. So starting now, I'm giving you a physique update and a bank account update, because I believe I'm at my lowest right now, to see where I end up in the next 3 months to hold myself accountable with this video. So, this is a video to hold me accountable, what I wish I would have done better, and what I can still do better on in life. Thank you for watching this. If no one watches this, it's cool. I'm making this to look back on it for myself. December 3rd. I'll watch this then.